So this whole notion of restorative practices and bullying prevention is interesting in that for years, sometimes they've been operating on parallel tracks. The way I view it, and many in our field view restorative practices, is it's very proactive and can be very preventative to create a new kind of community and new relationships where bullying is hopefully minimized or at some point even reduced to almost zero. And I think the proactive practices that we talk a lot about in our training, the affective statements and affective questions, and small conferences with individuals separately would be really helpful to prevent bullying from occurring. A lot of times I've been asked, would it ever be appropriate to bring all the parties together, those who bully, those who are bullied, those who harm others, and those who are harmed. And I don't like to operate usually in absolutes, so I don't usually say that you would never do it or you would always do it. But the one absolute I do agree to is that you should always consider its appropriateness. And the way to start that process, I think, is to interview people separately, kind of find out the facts, what's been done, what's been said, what's been written about, or either virtual cyberbullying or face-to-face. And then ultimately to ask the person who's been harmed what they want to have happen. And of course, with different age children, you've got to be sensitive that some kids will say whatever they think the adult might want them to say. So you'd have to really explore if a young person who's bullied really wants to do it, or if they're feeling somehow coerced or just kind of saying yes because that's what they think the adult wants to hear. I think too many times in some schools and some programs, the adults try to bring people together too early, too soon, and kind of, let's just talk this through and make amends or make friends and get on. And the worst thing you see some adults still do is to tell people to shake hands or, to stay away from each other or stop saying what they've said. So I guess in summation, I think that it's very possible that a lot of good can come out of face-to-face meetings if it's appropriately explored with the people who are most affected, obviously the victim. The person who's affected needs to be able to really, truly believe that it's their decision, that if they want to have a face-to-face meeting, that they'll be supported in doing that, with their friends present, their parents hopefully. And obviously, I find the script to be the most helpful to keep it on track and to make sure that everybody knows what's going to be asked ahead of time in the meeting. And personally, I've done a couple of these over the years, and when all that preparation is done in advance, the end result has been very positive.